Excellencies, South Africa is pleased that we are commemorating the 20th anniversary of the Durban Declaration and Programme of Action under the important theme Reparations, Racial Justice and Equality for People of African Descent. We believe that the theme fully captures the contemporary realities of racial injustice against Africans and people of African descent, and most importantly, highlights the urgent need for restorative justice and equality amongst the peoples of the world. We are aware that although the majority of the countries and stakeholders supported the consensus outcomes of the Durban Conference, disagreements and differences persist even 20 years later. It is regrettable that we have allowed ourselves to be so greatly polarized on such a critical matter of an existential nature for the majority of people across the world. We find it unfortunate that some chose not to take part in this commemoration of the DDPA at a time when incidents of racism and racial injustice continue to occur even in their own countries and societies. At a time when leadership is required from all of us, they chose to stay away. The contemporary manifestations of racism against Africans and people of African descent remain deeply embedded in the institutional power systems that govern human affairs. To this end, we call on the international community to use this moment to recommit itself to implementing the Durban Declaration and Programme of Action and intensify all efforts to fight against racism. Excellencies, we remain inspired by the words of former President Nelson Mandela and Mary Robinson, who called at the conference for the conversion of mind and heart during that very important conference. Their wisdom remains our fountain of hope as we continue to confront the growing scourge of racism, xenophobia, and related intolerance. Systems, processes, and human hearts and minds must be changed in order to build societies envisaged by the Durban Declaration. The COVID-19 pandemic has also exacerbated a situation that is already flammable and afflicted by multiple crises ranging from detrimental climate change, inequality, irregular migration, and poverty. These challenges have seamlessly combined with the scourge of racism and further polarized many societies and communities. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed systemic racism in all its dimensions. As the Durban Conference demands of member states, let us join together in a spirit of renewed political will and commitment to universal equality, justice, and dignity. As our President, President Cyril Ramaphosa, stated during the opening session, we would like to take this opportunity again to encourage everybody to adopt special measures, including affirmative action programs, to leverage legislative frameworks to facilitate access to meaningful economic assets and targeted financial assistance at the national and international level, which would be instrumental in addressing historical and contemporary discrimination against people of African descent. This could include increased representation of people of African descent in global institutions and leadership positions. Furthermore, we would like to urge everybody to actively participate in the revitalization of multilateral institutions through clear demonstration of practices of leadership that manifest our commitment to equality and non-discrimination. I wish to conclude by thanking His Excellency, the President of the General Assembly, and all member states present here today for their commitment and desire to work towards the creation of a world free from racism and related intolerances.